Okay, he's gone. Okay, so next, what happens? So they brought back and say, Hiranyakashipu, we cannot do anything. We have tried everything. We are so helpless. You talk to your son. Okay, so Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu was ready to kill him. Okay, he's ready to kill him, and he was like begging on his father's way, please, father, do not kill me, I'm telling the truth. You also should start worshipping Lord Vishnu. He is God, not you. It's very humbly he's saying. He tried so much to pacify him, but he was so unsuccessful. What happens after that? So Hiranyakashipu, as a typical demon began to advertise himself that he is the greater, that the supreme personality of Godhead. But Prahlad Maharaj challenged him, no, you are not. And then he began to glorify the supreme personality of Godhead. So this is a very lengthy description in Srimad Bhagavatam. Remember, Bhagavad Gita is by Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna. So this pastime appears in Canto 7. Right? Out of 18 cantos, it appears in 7th canto. So he will say, Lord Vishnu is all pervading, that everything is under him, and that no one is equal to or greater than him. So that's how he will tell Father, please be submissive to Lord Vishnu. Put away all this enviousness. So that's how the conversation went. Okay, so the more Prahlad Maharaj glorified the supreme personality of Godhead, the more furious Hiranyakashipu was becoming. And then a great debate ensued. He said, now, can you bring your Lord? I want to fight him. Well, he's here. Well, I can't see him. No, he's everywhere. Prahlad kept saying, but Hiranyakashipu said, no, now you show me one particular place where where Lord Shiva is. I'm sorry, where is your Lord? Then I say, no, he's everywhere. Then so the description goes like this. Hiranyakashipu will point to a pillar. Is he in this pillar? Say yes. Then he will show another pillar. Is he in this pillar? Yes. Is he in this pillar? Yes. He's everywhere, father, like that, right? So Hiranyakashipu got so angry, he pushed Prahlad and he took his gada, the gada, right? He struck one column, one pillar in his palace, and he broke it, and immediately Narasimhadev, a beautiful form, a man-bodied, lion-headed form appeared from the column, and Hiranyakashipu got so terrified. Hiranyakashipu, compared to Lord Narasimhadev, it was described like a wasp, like a small spider, and Narasimhadev is so huge, So, so first, all the armies of the Hiranyakashipu went to fight him like this. So he just pinch and throw them like little rats. After that, Hiranyakashipu went and fight. See the size. Actually, you cannot visualize it because their sizes are totally different. They have very vast difference in the size, but this is for illustration purposes. So a great battle ensued between Narasimhadev and Hiranyakashipu. So that's another picture, how the fight went on. This is another picture. So I'm just giving you some visualization how the fight would have been. Finally, Narasimhadev carried Hiranyakashipu, put on his lap. He sat in between, the entrance, the raised platform between the inner and outside of your house, right? Usually the palaces will have. He sat on that, and then he put Hiranyakashipu on his lap, and he tore open the abdomen. Okay, tore open the abdomen with his fingers, just fingers. Okay, now you can ask, but I thought Hiranyakashipu asked boons that he should not be attacked by any of those criteria that he has posted. So let me go one by one and see how Lord Vishnu maintained the boons given by Lord Brahma and still killed Hiranyakashipu. He said no weapon should kill him, but the Lord used his nails. And he said no living entities should kill, but he was killed by half man, half animal. You can't say that he's animal form, and you can't say that he is a man. He cannot say he's human form, and he's not ordinary beast or man or animal. He's God himself. So in this way, these two criteria are intact. What about the place? He said not inside, not outside, isn't it? But it's in the middle. It's at the palace entrance. Land, not in the, not on the land, not in the air. It's on the lap of the Lord. It's like in between. Okay. Next. Okay, am I okay? Right. And finally, after the fight finished, Lord Nrsingadev successfully killed the Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad went to Lord Nrsingadev, offered his prayers. Actually, the story goes on like Nrsingadev was so angry because he loved Prahlad so much, and this king tortured. Okay, so later on, Prahlad managed to specify Nrsingadev when nobody else can pacify him. Even Mother Lakshmi couldn't go and pacify him. And finally, I mean, these are some nice pictures for your viewing pleasure. And this is Santa Narsingha. Finally, Nrsingadev calmed down by Prahlad's prayers. So that's a long prayers. Now I would like to replay this. We have a few more minutes. I would like to replay this with the some background sound. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. So what do you think? In the meantime, could you just put in the chat box, how do you find it? Let me settle this with this audio. Okay. Right, I will play that. Lord Krishna Avatar was number 8, but this story is for Lord Avatar number 4. Then why in Bhagavatam, where the story of Krishna's return, the narrative is Krishna? Okay, Mataji, I will read that again later. Okay, let me just play this 6-minute video. We should play. Okay, I don't know why the video is not playing. Should play. Can you hear me? Can somebody put in the chat if you can hear the sound? Thank you. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. It's a very, very popular pastime we play for children. The children perform the pastime. We have children performing the pastime. We have youths performing the pastime. Yeah, it was very, very enlivening for me to prepare that today. And just to share, I was looking for a PowerPoint that's already available for me to, make my work easy. I can just narrate, but I couldn't find. Then my second girl, she's 8 years old. She said, "Ma, I will Google the photos for you and you use it." So like that, she Googled most of the photos and I just put it in. Some I just added myself. Right, so 7:31 already. Thank you, everybody. So we have 30 people. Thank you so much for coming. And we will go to the actual program today. Let me just close the. So we are going to chapter 6. Chapter 6 is Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga means meditation. Now, meditation is pretty popular practice. So here Krishna is showing us how to meditate. Can y'all see my screen? Okay. You all want a 2 minutes break? Let me just drink water. Your kids like it. I love it. So there are more details in between, you know. So I skipped all of that. If not, half an hour is really not possible. I've done drama with the primary school children below 12, my husband and myself. So I have that video. Then I can show you I can share the YouTube link. So we had the edit narration and my husband acted in it. He was the Hiranyakashipu, the bad guy. Okay, welcome everybody to this course of Gita Gyan, Essence of Bhagavad Gita by ISKCON Malaysia. Gita Gyan, Essence of Bhagavad Gita. Devaki Nandana Krishna Gita Patena Tushyati Yatana Vede Dhanena Yajna Tirtha Vritadibihi. The son of Devaki, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone studying. Let me just off the video. Study of the Vedas, charity, sacrifice, pilgrimage, or vows, as much as he is satisfied by the devotional recitation of the Gita. So we are going into the invocation. Is there anybody who would like to volunteer? Oh, okay, sorry. Before that, we have to introduce our deities in orange today. So every day I will change their color. So like this, you also can do devotion service. Like this, you also can do devotion service at home, because so many of you were asking me, how do I do this in practical life at home? So that's how you have deities. So you just buy them some nice dresses, some nice colorful dresses for them. And then, you know, sometimes we also spend so much of time and money to match our accessories. So like that, we also can do that for Krishna, the deities in your house. You can have any deities that you have. Aman, you have nice sari, you just tie around her, and then you can put some nice accessories. So like that, you can use, if you're Krishna, you can dress up like that. And yeah, so we have turbans here. So all these are fixed. So you can actually remove all this. And then you have earring. For Subhadra Devi, actually we have wigs. So sometimes we have braid, you know, sometimes we have hair like that. It's very nice. So that's how you engage. So you will say that when you decorate the deities, you will forget all false beauties in this world. All right, so moving on. So do we have anybody to volunteer to read this prayer? I count 1, 2, 3. Yeah? 1, 2, 3. So nobody. Viji Mataji, by default, you will recite for me, for us.
Om Anjana Nana.
Viji Mataji?
Yes.
Okay,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you, Vijay Mataji. So we have started our class with prayers invoking the blessings of Krishna, Guru, Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and Mahaprabhu. So we are also seeking blessings from His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Okay, we will go on to Gita Mahatmya. Sheila Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sarvopanishado gavo Dokta Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Duktham Gitam Ritam Mahat. Translation: all the Upanishads are like a cow, and the milker of the cow is Lord Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda. Arjuna is the calf. The beautiful nectar of the Gita is the milk, and the fortunate devotees of fine theistic intellect are the drinkers and the enjoyers of that milk.
Thank you, Sheila Mataji. So if you have not heard about Upanishad, what is this Upanishads? So there are 4 Vedas. Each Veda has 4 parts. So Upanishad is like an essence. So if you take all the, okay, there are 108 Upanishads. If you take all the 108 Upanishads, it's equivalent to 1 cow. And when Krishna milks that cow, he takes that milk, which is the Bhagavad Gita, and he feeds Arjuna. And with our Acharyas and Arjuna's mercy, we are also drinking that milk. So that's like essence of all the Vedas. Okay. It's raining at my place. So let me read this summary of what are we going to learn in Dhyana Yoga. It's also called, repeat what, Mataji? The Upanishads. Okay, there are 4 Vedas. Each Veda has 4 parts. And one of the part is Upanishads, and total there are 108 parts. 108 Upanishads, 108. So if we take all the Upanishads, is equivalent to 1 cow, and that cow's milk Krishna is taking and giving Arjuna, and that milk that he's giving Arjuna from that Upanishads is Bhagavad Gita, which we are also drinking now. Okay, so I will read what we are going to learn in Dhyana Yoga. Is also known as Astanga Yoga, a mechanical meditative practice. Controls the mind, is about controlling the mind and senses, and focuses concentration on the Paramatma, the super soul. It is meant for that. The form of the Lord situated in the heart. So Krishna has 3 forms. Okay, there are Paramatma, Bhagavan. There are 3 forms of the Lord. So as Paramatma, he is residing in our heart. Okay, so this practice meant to culminate in Samadhi, full consciousness of the Supreme. So this is the goal of any Dhyana Yoga. All right, that's the point. Now, so we connect with the previous chapter. So previous chapter, all actions, isn't it? Action and dedicating the results to Krishna. So the same result in Krishna is saying the same result that you're obtaining from there, you also can obtain in Dhyana Yoga. So Arjuna is asking how to do that. So this topic, this chapter is about Arjuna asking how to do that, and Krishna is teaching. So like here, Krishna is like a wonderful father. He's teaching us, he's giving us all the options. He has given us Karma Yoga. Now he's giving us Dhyana Yoga or Astanga Yoga. But one thing important here is that Krishna will stress that it is important to control your mind. There are 3, Mataji. I will find out. Right now, I forgot. There are 3. If Jai Sitarani Mataji there, just put in the chat box, Mataji. There are 3. Okay. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so why Krishna is coming to Dhyana Yoga? Remember the last sloka in our previous chapter is all about peace. So when you do meditation, you're supposed to get into peace, right? Now, okay, you know, when you go to a tall building, there are 2 ways. You can take the stairs and then you can take the lift. So this dhyana yoga, karma yoga, these are the stairs. All right. Oops. Okay. 6.6 by Sobita Mataji.
Bhagavad Gita 6.6 Bandhur atmatmanastasya yenidmai vatmana jitaha anatmanastu satrutve varte tatmaiva satruvat. Translation is, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for the one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. You can hear me? You lost? Okay, I'm back. I need to share again. Okay, sorry. My boat also gone. Okay, Mataji, can hear me? Yeah? Okay, so now we are talking about mind. Krishna is talking about mind. Oh my God, Nashingadev, please protect my coverage today. It's raining already. So now Krishna is saying, Krishna is answering. See here. Krishna is declaring that one who conquers the mind will become the best of friends. Otherwise, it will be the greatest enemy. So, sometimes we feel depressed. This is all the tricks of the mind because we are not able to control the mind. Okay, but if you can control the mind, you see the first picture, you're happy, you're doing service for Krishna. If you can't, so what happens? That's a very scary photo, right? Getting into depression, suicide rates, because you succumb to the weakness of the mind, right? Okay, so Krishna's answering. Okay, yeah, this is a good example. Why this genie is here? Apparently, when you have a genie, when you have a genie, you need to keep the genie engaged in doing work. You have to keep him doing work. You know why? If you do not give him work, apparently the genie will. All right. So there was a story. Genie pictures missing. Oh my God, the line is so bad. All right, the genie is back. Oh, I'm gone or genie is gone. Okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, he went into the lamp and then I brought him out. So there was a story that there's a person, he has a genie. So the genie threatened him, if you do not give me work, I will eat you up. So what this owner will do is that he will okay, sorry, I didn't unmute myself. Okay, so we need to keep the mind engaged. So I was asking the last question, what is the famous line? An idle mind. Can you please complete the famous line? An idle mind is something about that. Yes, thank you, Aparamataji. At least I want to know. This is one way I can check that I'm being heard. Genie story not heard. Okay, so an owner has a genie. All right, so the genie threatened him, if you do not give me work, I'm going to eat you up. So the owner said, now you go climb the bamboo. Go to the bamboo forest, keep climbing up and down the bamboo. So when I have work, I will call you. So in that way, he keeps the genie keep engaged in doing something, right? So that way, our mind is like a genie. We have to keep the mind engaged in something, because if you stop the mind from being engaged in something, then the mind gonna start thinking nonsense, right? That's where I came to idle mind is devil's workshop. Okay, so I'll try to finish it fast so that the rain doesn't disturb us. Now 6.11 to 6.12, Kajai Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. शुचौ देशे प्रतिस्थाप्य स्थिरिमासनमात्मनः नात्युच्छ्रित्य Tam Nati Nicham Chailajina Kushottaram Tatrikagram Manaha Kritva Yata Chittendriya Kriyaha Upavishasane Yujjat Yogamatma Vishuddhaye.
Wow.
The translation. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusa grass on the ground and then cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses, and activities and fixing the mind on one point.
Okay, Kajal Mataji, I have a question for you. Oh, okay. Yoga means various ways of union with God. All right. Yoga is a practice, but we have different types of yoga. Remember, initially we went to karma yoga. Now we are dhyana yoga, and we have so many other yogas. Okay. It's okay, Vimala Mataji. You are here. You can catch up with the recording. So now I hope that's okay, Gandhi Mataji. Okay. Dhyana yoga it's together. Okay. All right. Kajal Mataji, question for you. You read the translation. Which part of this is the most difficult for you to do?
Oh, for me, that's easy. The last line. I should control my mind, senses, and activities. That's very hard.
Okay, let me ask another. Okay, let me ask somebody. Jay Sitarani Mataji, which is the hardest part in this 4 lines that for you?
Well, first of all, I can't leave this place and go to a secluded place. That's no way.
Okay, if
I
you can,
my family will kill me first, and then I have to find this deer skin and all that. Oh my God! Of course, the last thing to sit.
let's say I give you the deals. So what happens?
And controlling the mind, it's very difficult here.
Okay, let's say you can control your mind.
If I can control the mind, yeah, but I cannot live without my family now. Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay, next question. Who can I ask? Vijay Mataji, which part of this is very difficult for you? Most difficult for you?
It's to control the mind and also to fix the mind on one point is a little difficult. I've tried before and I failed many times.
Okay, just taking a moment to answer Indira Mataji's question. Astanga Yoga and Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga is another name for our second chapter. It's an analysis of body and soul. That is Sankhya. Ashtanga Yoga is the physical yoga. Okay, it's different, yeah. I'm still not getting the most difficult part. Sarus Mataji, which part is the difficult one for you? Most difficult?
Krishna Mataji, for me, it's also fixing the mind at one point.
Okay, let me ask you all a question, yeah. So some of you are here since 7 o'clock, right? So how many of you have seated without moving an inch? Could you put in the chat box? Me? Sarus Mataji, have you sat on your seat from 7 o'clock without moving an inch? Without bending a finger, adjusting your seat, adjusting your leg, not moving the body. No way. Yes. Let's say I give you the kusagra. Let's say I relieve you of all your commitment. You can go. I give you the kusagra. I give you the deer skin, soft cloth, whatsoever. I also give you a boon that you can control your mind. But can you sit firmly unless you're frozen? Multitask. Everybody do that, isn't it? Especially mothers. Now, so the clear point is here that we already know it's difficult to sit without moving at all. Okay, so there are some meditations practices. They say you should not close your eyes. You should neither open your eyes widely or you should not close your eyes fully. You should be, looking at the tip of your nose. Has anybody went for this kind of meditation? Actually, I have tried to. So they have told me not to close the eyes completely because you will fall asleep. Okay, if you fully have opened it, you will get distracted. Okay, so it didn't work for me. All right, so like we discussed, nobody has not moved in past 2 minutes, not at all. The doctor say every 30 minutes you must walk, you have to adjust your seat, it's good for your back. But in yoga you have to be steady, and Hiranyakashipu did that for 60,000 years. So we actually, those who came earlier, we went through a nice presentation of Hiranyakashipu. Okay, there's another king, a small boy king, prince actually, Dhruva Maharaj did for 4 months. We can't even stay for 4 minutes. I don't know how many hundred times I already adjusted my leg. Okay, so Dhruva's story is another big story. We're not going in. Next, sloka 6.13 to 14. Viji Mataji.
Thank you. Shamam kaya shiro grivam dharayan achalam stiraha sampreksha nasigram swam dishaschanavalokayan prashantatma vigatapir brahmachari vrate stitaha manah samyamya machitto yukta ashita matparaha. Translation: one should hold one's body, neck and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life.
Thank you, Mataji. Well, we are coming back to the same challenge. At this point, I know already none of us can do this, isn't it? But Krishna is saying, if you want to do, you have to do this way. There's always a best way of doing things. There's no 6:30 work. Okay. All right. You should be totally erect. No way. Right. Moving on. 6.33. Prema Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Arjuna uvacha yoyam yogastvaya prokta. Sorry. One more time,
Okay,
Mataji.
let me start for you, Mataji.
Okay,
I start
okay.
for you.
Okay.
Yoyam yogastvaya proktaha. Now you can continue. I mean, start.
Okay. Arjuna uvacha yoyam yogashtva prokta samyena madhusudhana etasyaham na pashyami chanchalavat shitim shitiram. Translation: Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady.
Thank you, Mataji. There you go. Like I was saying from the day one, isn't it? Arjuna is asking question on behalf of us. Arjuna is such a great person. I don't think he would have lots of problem, but he's asking a lot of question for us, right? Like we already went through the earlier slokas, and we already know that we are not able to this. So Arjuna, on behalf of us, telling Krishna, oh Krishna, this is impractical and unendurable. So remember these two words, because the mind is always restless and unsteady. Okay. Why Krishna is giving this? Because he's showing Arjuna what you should do, what are the activities you should engage in. So these are all the knowledge that Krishna is giving us. So this is the ladder, right? Step by step. Okay, so you can sing that in this verse. Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Okay, moving on. 6.35, Saras Mataji.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Asamsayam Mahabaho Manodurnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyenaya Chakritayade.
Mataji, I read the last line. You can do that again. Is it okay?
Okay, Mataji.
Okay. Vairagyena chagriyate.
Vairagyenaya Chakritayade.
Vairagyena chagriyate.
Vairagyenaya Chakritayade.
Nice. Okay, Mataji. Translation, Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji.
No, please don't. Okay, translation.
Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment.
Thank you, Mataji. So 2 points here. See the bolded statement, bolded word. Practice and detachment. The Krishna said, okay, let me go back to the next previous slide. So Arjuna saying, it's impractical, it's unendurable because my mind is restless and I'm always unsteady. Krishna said, you can if you should simply practice and practice detachment. Practice makes perfect. Krishna said, still Krishna is encouraging practice and detach. Okay, so what are the things they need to be detached from? Here, unagitated, subdued mind. With an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the criteria you need to detach from. So with that detachment, and you constantly practice, Krishna said, yes, you can. It's possible. Krishna says it's not impossible, right? There is no shortcut. And then the detachment, practice and detachment. Right, so you can remember this. If you want to meditate, these two, of course, first of all, you have to, fulfill all the criteria that we were not able to do. Right, okay, so what kind of meditation we can actually do without having to do all this? Sitting on the pusa grass, go to the secluded place, sit firmly and sit erected, not moving, detached from so many things in our mind. So Krishna says you can chant. I mean, later we will see. So by mantra chanting, mantra meditation, that is also a form of meditation. You meditate. When you meditate, it's a way to control mind. Chant Maha Mantra, correct. Control mind. How do you do that? Mataji, you said it's meditation so difficult. How can we effectively chant? So basically, when you do dhyana, you are actually silencing your mind. Our mind is it's not meant to be silent. It's like a little child. Can you actually silence the mind, silence a child? No. So you have to give a ball to the mind, give the ball to a child and let the child be engaged, just like how you give that bamboo. The guy gave the bamboo assignment to the genie, so the genie is always engaged on that. So it's just like that, a child is always engaged with the ball if you give. So like that, if you just take your beats and then you chant. So the focus is there. Your mind, even if it goes go for a walk, right, and then you come back by chanting loudly. So basically the thumb rule is when you chant, you hear. When you chant, you hear. So that's a loop, right? So when you chant loudly, you bring back your mind. So that's how it goes, right? So that's how when we are chanting, our mind is in practice. That is practice. Detach from. How do you detach your mind when you're doing chanting? You detach your mind from all the other unnecessary thing, and then you just remember Krishna, and then you chant. So you remember everything about Krishna, you chant. So your mind is focused that way, your mind is controlled that way. So remember when we have cycle. I think most of us have the first vehicle, our cycle, isn't it? A bicycle. So how do you detach yourself from the bicycle? Then you get yourself a motorcycle. I mean, it's for guys mostly. Or you get a car. So when you get a car, you detach yourself from the bicycle. So like that, when you get something, you detach yourself from another thing. So you always want to go for something more, and then you detach yourself from something lesser. So when we get attachment to higher taste, you get detachment to lower taste. Yeah. So when you attach to Krishna, you get detachment from lower taste, right? So what happens to the yogis who have gone through years of meditation practice? What if suddenly something comes in, they fail in that in their effort? Anything can happen. Some material distraction comes and takes over their mind, and then they fail. So what happens to all the years that they have spent, all the years they have invested in doing this dhyana yoga? Okay, we will hear Apara Mataji reading this.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 6.1. Prapya punya kratam lokan ushisva shashvate samaha suchinam shrimatam gaye yoga bashrasto vijayate.
Yoga Prasto Vijayate.
Yoga brashto vijayate.
Perfect. Translation, Mataji.
The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into the family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy.
So question for you, Apara Mataji. So what happens when a yogi has failed in his attempt, but he has invested so many years into his dhyana practice? What happens to him, Apara Mataji?
He keeps that karma is kept into a bank.
Okay.
And then, so then when he goes into another, he goes into a higher planet. And if he does good, it continues filling up that. If he does bad, it continues using up his good karma.
Okay, so from this verse, what can you make out from this verse? What happens to that yogi who failed in his attempts, and what happens to his efforts? Okay, he dies, right? And then what happens in his next birth?
He actually gets a chance to live again, but
Okay.
this time in a family of righteous people, and gives them the opportunity and gives him the opportunity to correct his ways.
That's right, Mataji. Okay, so actually these slides were done by people from Bangalore. So honestly, I don't know who are these people, right? So basically what are they showing is these people, they are born in, I don't know, can anybody make out who are these people? I have really no idea. But it looks like the last photo, the guy on the topmost right is Ambani. Is it Ambani? Ah, right, Ambani. I can only recognize him. Yes, so the others, I don't know who are they. So I think there might be some influential people. So okay, his family is, and the whole family is, the whole set of photo are his family, Mataji? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? All the 6 photos are his family members? Ah, okay. Thank you for the information. So the understanding is that those people who are born in a very super rich family, super educated family, super with all facilities, the understanding is that they would have done lots of good things in their past life, before and after rich. I see. Okay. Yeah. So that's their blessings. That's their luck. Good luck. So the best thing is the life seems to be continuing. So they should actually take chance of this to continue their spiritual journey, right? They have lots of good karma to reap from. Okay, so all right, next one, 6.42. Bindu Mataji. Okay, Bindu Mataji cannot join us. We need a replacement. Anybody would like to read? Imagine Ambani as a yogi. Yeah, we never know. And we don't know why we are here. Probably you have done something in your past life. It was unsettled, now you're coming here. Probably you have finished your 5%, now you start continuing with your 6%. We don't know. So please do not let go this chance. Continue, okay? I need a replacement for Bindu Mataji. Anybody have not tried, would like to try? It's very simple, very easy.
Okay, me.
Can Mataji?
अत्तवा योगिनामेवा कुले भवति धीमताम् एताति दुर्लभातरं यो लोके जन्म यकीदृशम्. Or if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world.
Okay, so here Krishna is saying, okay, let me go back here to show you what is the difference. Okay, the unsuccessful yogi, he can take birth on the planet among the pious living entities, family of righteous family or family of rich aristocracy, or takes birth in a family of transcendentalists. Okay, what does it mean by transcendentalists? Transcendentalists means people who practice pious activities. So at this point, you can see that Krishna is he's distinguishing between these two slokas, right? You have rich people, people with righteous activity, people with rich, wealthy. All right, here birth in a family of transcendentalists means people who are engaged in pious activities, family of devotees. So for example, like I came into the movement in 20 years, but when I'm here, I saw children as young as 6 years old, 7 years old coming to the movement, or they are born to a family who are already devotees. So they are very special because they are continuing here the journey. They have started so early. So these are all not by chance, it's definitely arranged. So the facilities are given for them to continue their journey. Material life, like I mentioned yesterday, is actually a sloka from chapter 2, where there is the material life will not continue, but spiritual life will continue. Remember the spiritual bank balance, like Apara Mataji actually recalled just now, your EPF deposits and all that. Okay, so that means we should continue to try this lifetime. That is the difference between material and spiritual life. Okay, 6.47. Paramis Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावन् भजेति यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः. Translation: and of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga. He is the highest of all. That is my opinion.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Very nice, Mataji. After two trial, yeah. Okay. Yoginam api sarvesham. Okay. So what is he saying? Of all the yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, think of me within himself, renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga. So it's very, very personal relationship. Krishna is saying, if you do loving service to me, instead of just sitting and meditating, if you use your limbs to engage your senses and your hands and legs, your mind, all your ability, your talent, when you engage all this in the service, that's Krishna say that is intimacy with me. He saying in that way that person is considered very intimate with me. So he is saying that. Now it's a very important sloka Krishna is saying here. I would like to give example like this. Okay, say there's a house, there's a wife there with the children. The house is super messy. Children are not fed. The kitchen is messy. They have not done their homeworks. And the husband comes back, and the husband asks, "What's happening? Why this house in such a mess?" So the wife said, "Oh, I am thinking how much I love you. I'm thinking how much I love the children. I love you all. So she keeps saying that, and the husband say, "What? If you love me, if you love them, then you should have prepared the food for them. Make sure their homeworks are done. You should have given me a glass of water when I come back. You should have kept the house clean, and you should have taken care of the welfare of the children. This is how you show your love. Not just say, I love you, I love you." So this is an example how we cannot simply say, remain idle and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. We need to show, right? That's how mothers show their love to the children, isn't it? That's how you show your love to to your parents. They have taken care of you, and now you're taking care of them, right? So that's how you express. So the Krishna conscious, what Krishna is saying here, render transcendental loving service is your expression of love. How do you show your love? You cook for people, isn't it? You write something, or you sing for them, you dance for them. This is how you express your love. Everybody have their different way of expressing the love. If you are good in writing, then you write about Krishna, you write something for Krishna. If you're good in singing, then you sing for Krishna. If you're good in dancing, then you perform for Krishna. And in our temple, we are people who are very good in drama. They do drama, and the children do arts. If you're into an instrument, then you play. We have harmonium, we have mridanga, karta, we have all kinds of musical instruments. Sometimes you see trumpets in our Radha. So these are the ways that we are given opportunities to engage our senses and limbs in service of Krishna. Okay, so other than that, you can show ghee lamp to Krishna. What else? You cook. It's very basic. Cooking is very basic, right? Every day you cook, isn't it? You cook and you offer. So instead of you saying, "Oh, I want to eat this, so I want to cook this." Otherwise, but now you are going to think, "I want to cook this, so Krishna will like it. Oh, I think Krishna will like this. Or let me make this nice, so Krishna can enjoy." And then, like earlier, I said, dress the deities at home. So like that, like I like flower decoration. So I do flower decoration in the temple. We have lots of festivals. So we do flower bouquet decorations. We can, so if you have talent, you engage. If you don't have talent, you learn and then you do, right? I'm not naturally talented, but I learn, and I find that when I do the flower, I feel I'm expressing something there. So that's how you pass the love to Krishna. Krishna, this is my love, like that. Okay. Or if you can't do any of this, one day my daughter asked, so how people who are blind, what they will do? They can't engage their sense of sight. Then I said, they can hear. When they hear, they can speak. Sravanam, everything starts from Sravanam. Then she said, how about the people who cannot hear, deaf? They can eat prasadam. I said, very easy. You can just eat prasadam. That is an engagement. You're engaging your tongue, isn't it? Something that you offer to Krishna and then you eat it. Right? So there are so many ways. You simply hear. You just chant, chant, chant. Take your chanting beads and then you chant. You're engaging your tongue. Krishna dances on your tongue, and the sound vibration enters your ears, and then it goes into your heart, and then it cut off all the it removes all the material dirt accumulated from so many millions of birds. Okay. So actually, I have a video here. This is a song that I already played earlier in the Narsingha Dev pastime earlier. There was a audio quality, but I also found a live singing by these children in Kiev, Russia. So here you will see people from all age are engaged in singing. So this is a festival, Narsingha Dev's appearance. So we have appearances of so many Vishnu avatars. So we celebrate this avatars festival pretty grandly. Okay, so this is a nice kirtan, bhajan. It's a very famous mantra. So we ready to listen to this?
Govinda.
All right. Thank you so much. You all enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I know you all love it. I loved it too. So, can we have somebody to read the last slide for me? Anybody? Prema Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra constantly, one can fix the mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Saiva Mana Krishna Padar Vinadayo. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4. And in this way, achieve the perfection of yoga.
Thank you, Mataji. So that concludes our session today. We are on time, surprisingly. Okay, so that's a verse from Bhagavatam. Remember? Okay, I have a question here. What is Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam? Can anybody tell me? I always been saying that's Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam related to Krishna. Could you tell me what is Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, about Krishna. Thank you. Teacher Chegu happy when the students remember. Thank you, Mataji. So I hope we can chant 5 times. Just 5 times. Can we? Okay. So I will lead and everybody can chant. Okay, I know we can, when we chant, everything will go haywire, but we just continue to do it 5 times. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for chanting together. And as usual, oh, I heard some still looking for Bhagavad Gita. So this is the kit. It has Bhagavad Gita, a bead bag with Japamala, 2 small books. You can fill up the Google form, which already shared. Okay, so if you can PM me if you want to order, I will share the link with you because I think the link would have drowned in our group messages. As usual, don't forget to do your quiz. So we will take note of your name for the certification. Any question for me? I will stop sharing. You can unmute and talk to me. If anybody would like to leave, it's already 8:30, so we can leave. What's the name? No, I need to see. Okay, let me see some. Oh, okay, I can see the question here. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Ding, ding, ding. Does this Bhagavad Gita has a Sanskrit verses? Yes, Mataji. Okay, this is the Bhagavad Gita that I have here. You will have the Devanagari script. Devanagari means it looks like Hindi, but it's Sanskrit. Of course, we can't read that. You have to go for a class, and then you have Romanized Sanskrit slokas like what we have in our slide, and then word-to-word translation. Okay, word-to-word translation, and then full translation, and also explanation. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aspects for each sloka. Okay. So what's the next question? Do you have Bhagavata? Yes, we do. You can PM me, Mataji. I will give you the details. What if we just need the bits? Can also, I think they have improvised the Google form. They have included separate columns. right? Like if you just want Bhagavad Gita, just accordingly. I've not taken a look at it, but I was told that it's improvised. What else? You ask a question in relation to the earlier session. Yes, Mataji, do you want to ask here? Also can? Oh no, this one is a limited edition, is deluxe, but this one is 40 ringgit or 45 ringgit. I need this because I want a thicker page and a bigger font, so it's easy for me to flip. The earlier one is more than, it's 20 years, so I bought this. Recording story, yeah. What happened was I forgot. So it's halfway. It's halfway. But if you get this recording, you will see it will start halfway, Mataji. I'm so sorry. But I can give you the PowerPoint if you want to take a look. Okay, yeah. Lord Krishna avatar was number 8, but this story is about Lord Narasimha avatar number 4. Then why in Bhagavatam, where the story of Krishna was written, this Lord Narasimha, who is the Vishnu's avatar, is also narrated here as Krishna. Okay, so in Bhagavatam, Krishna is the supreme. He has 4 expansions, and one of it is Vishnu, and through Vishnu, we have the 10 avatars. So that's why sometimes you hear it as Vishnu's avatar, but it's ultimately Krishna's avatar. So actually, according to Bhagavad, Krishna is not listed as an avatar because he is the source of the incarnation. So in Bhagavatam, the first canto we will learn, you have all this information. Who is the first, and then from there is Sankarshan, Pradyumna, you have all that, and then Vishnu, through Vishnu all the avatars come. Okay, Mataji, you can call me and explain to you. Okay, so they are same. Basically, to answer your question, they are same. It's Krishna, right? Yeah, so that's the recording. Oh, Gandhi Mataji, you have oh, okay, can. I will check for you. Yeah. Ajita Mataji, can you hear me? I'm still here. Any questions? If not, Jagadish Mataji is your friend here?
I'm actually looking at it now. I think she should be here. I don't see her. Wai, are you there? No, doesn't look like she's in.
Okay, I have a question on Ekadasi as well. If you are looking for information on Ekadasi is on 8.
Yeah, she's here. The iPhone thingy. That's her.
So about Ekadasi is on 8. It's on Monday. Oh my God, Varsana, can you give me my laptop quickly? It's on 8. So yeah, okay. Oh, that Jayanti. So you can follow this link for information on incarnations. Ekadasi is on Monday. Breaking fast is on 7. Sorry, 8, 9. And how to observe Ekadasi? Basically, abstain from. Hi, Kajai. Basically, abstain from grains. Anything that is from grain, rice, noodles, pasta, corn, flour, bread, roti canai, dosa, all that you cannot take. Basically, stick to fruits, vegetable, milk, just fresh milk, yeah, not susu tepung, fruit juice, pure fruit juice without any mixture, not from shops because they have preservatives, additives, and all those. So easiest way is to keep it very, very simple. Some go on full fast, some just take water, some just take fruits. Those who have gastric, you can cook using certain food that's available like moraya rice, buckwheat, you can, out of buckwheat, you can make dose. I've done pancake. I've done dose, pancake, chuchur. Yeah, that's what you can make out of buckwheat. Pakora, all that you can make. So to be safe, you know, to avoid any mixture, contamination, just stick to milk, fresh milk, not powdered milk, okay? Fresh milk, fruit, roots, water. So for those who are gastric, then you have to be careful what you cook with, right? Okay, Sheila Mataji, Hare Krishna. Welcome, Saras Mataji. Okay, Vimala Mataji. Ajita Mataji, you're okay there? How did your children enjoy the fasting? You're not showing your beautiful face, you know. You don't want to give your darshan. Anusuya Mataji, I've not communicated with you before. The rest I have communicated. Meena Mataji also. Wai, right? Wai, how did you find the Narshingade pastime? Did you like it? The demon story? Oh, Ajita Mataji, is it, was it your recording? I mean your Wi-Fi? We will make it available, okay? Don't worry, don't cry. Okay, Mataji. All right.
Kasthuri, I have a question. Actually,
Yes.
the Narishima story was at 7, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. All
Why,
right.
Mataji? You missed
No,
it?
because yeah, I missed it, and I think I read it wrongly because I thought I had class until 6:30. So I told my kids that it's after 8:30.
Oh, no, we don't want to keep, I don't want to keep you all very long on Saturday.
Yeah, so that's why they are sitting here and they keep on asking me, where is the story? I said, I don't know. It's okay, it's
No,
all
the
right.
saddest part is I forgot to record it halfway.
Yeah, it's okay, it's all right. If you have any stories, then you just send me the link.
Okay,
but anyhow, tomorrow they're joining the classes. So let's see what happens then.
Okay. Okay, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Captures a mouse, or Garuda captures a very venomous snake. Lord Nishikade captured.
Lily?
Okay, I can copy this and put in our WhatsApp.